You ever just have one of those days, where it feels like just everything that could go wrong?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I had one recently. I was supposed to head out on this relaxing vacation.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, but of course the flight got canceled.
Oh, no.
Then my luggage it got lost.
Of course.
And then it started pouring rain the second I landed. Ugh.
That's the worst.
It's like one of those moments where you just want to give up,
For sure.
But then, this unexpected thing happened and it turned the whole trip around.
Oh, nice. What happened?
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil it, but it reminded me of this fascinating story from Islamic tradition. We're diving into this YouTube video, and it's called "Ce que Dieu fait est toujours un bien une histoire qui change tout."
I don't speak French, so.
It means what God does is always good. A story that changes everything.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. It all starts with, a king.
Okay.
And this king, he accidentally cuts his finger while he's handling his sword.
Ah, yeah, I've been there.
Pretty relatable, right?
Definitely.
But this king, he kind of overreacts, as kings often do.
Yeah, I guess that's a hazard of the job.
Yeah, so he's furious, in pain, and then his minister walks in and says something pretty bold, something that kind of throws the king off. He says, "Perhaps this is good."
Whoa, okay.
What do you make of that? Imagine being that minister, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty risky move.
For sure.
I think it's a statement that really encapsulates the idea of trusting in something bigger than yourself, even when things are rough.
That makes sense.
Even when things seem bad. And this idea is central to the Islamic idea of qadr.
Okay.
Which basically means divine decree.
So everything happens for a reason.
Kind of, yeah. It's more like everything that happens, good or bad, is part of a larger plan. It doesn't mean we don't have free will, but it emphasizes the belief that even bad stuff can have hidden, blessings.
Oh, I see.
Maybe you miss a train, but then you end up avoiding some accident that happened on that train, that kind of thing.
Right, I get it. So going back to the story, I'm guessing the king didn't exactly love this whole "perhaps this is good" thing, did he?
No, not at all.
Not a fan.
And not even a little bit. He's, totally outraged, throws the minister in prison.
Harsh.
Pretty ironic, right? Considering the minister might have, been onto something.
Yeah, hit a point.
So the story goes on, and the king goes out hunting, king stuff.
Okay.
And he ends up getting captured by this tribe.
Oh, no.
And, this tribe, they practice human sacrifice.
Okay, this story took a dark turn.
Yeah, bad luck for the king, right?
Big time.
Talk about a bad day.
Definitely worse than a canceled flight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But wait, didn't the king cut his finger earlier? Does that, come back into play somehow?
Yes, exactly. So the priests are examining the king, and they're getting ready to,
Do the ritual sacrifice.
But they notice his finger is missing.
Oh.
And according to their traditions, they can only sacrifice someone who's, physically whole, perfect.
So the missing finger
saves
him.
Saves him.
Wow, that's a pretty big twist.
Right.
The very thing that he was so upset about, the thing that made him throw his minister in prison, ends up saving his life.
Talk about a change in perspective.
You think he felt bad about the whole prison thing?
I would.
Totally.
So anyway, the king, he rushes back to his palace, releases the minister, right?
Good for him.
Acknowledges that, hey, maybe losing a finger wasn't so bad after all.
Better than being sacrificed.
For sure.
But then he asks the minister this question. He says, "If everything happens for a reason, why were you left to rot in prison?" What do you think the minister said?
Okay, this is where the story gets, really powerful.
Ooh, I'm ready.
The minister, he says, "If I had been with you, they would have sacrificed ME in your place. My prison, it was also a good..." It's it's highlighting this idea that everything's connected, What seems like a punishment.
It was actually protection.
Exactly.
That's so interesting.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How many times in our lives do we think something's bad?
Right.
But it turns out it was actually for the best.
Those times when you miss a flight and you're annoyed, but then it turns out the flight was delayed for hours.
Yeah, totally.
And you think, wow, I would have been stuck there forever.
This whole story, it's almost like cognitive behavioral therapy, right? Reframing your perspective on tough situations.
It totally is. How often do we get caught up in the negative?
All the time.
But this story, it encourages us to look beyond our immediate reactions. You know? It's saying that we often don't see the whole picture.
Right, exactly.
And what looks negative might actually be part of something good that we just, can't understand yet.
It's like it's a reminder to have a little faith, I think.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive, there's a lot to think about. It's almost like a call to action. How do we take this ancient wisdom
Yeah.
and apply it to our lives now?
I think that's the big question.
Yeah. Like what misfortunes or things we think are bad in our lives might actually be blessings. It's like a challenge to shift our perspective.
Yeah, to trust that even in difficult times, something good might be happening.
Something to think about, right?
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It was a good one.
I'll see you next time.
See you later. Bye.